back, and I know you're seeing me in my sweater. It's hard to believe that it's spring into summer. It's just a little bit cool. It's wet, drizzly, cloudy, so hence the sweater. Anyway, today I'm going to expand on what we started yesterday, and I'm going to dive into a little bit more about using the breath, about finding the ease in the movement. And we've been working on the second part of Lok Hup and really trying to bring those finite details in. And what I'm going to do is just play with all of that today. So hopefully it's comfortable movements for you. If you're not sure of the movements, you can always go to the seated form. It's not cheating. The seated form will help you to focus on maybe the arms and the movements internally. And then you don't have to worry about turning around or anything. Because today is about the relaxation of the movement. So I don't want you to be tense in any way. I want you to make sure you're really relaxed, which you should be anyway when you're doing Tai Chi. But sometimes when you're learning, that doesn't happen. Okay, so having said all that, let's go to that foot exercise we did yesterday. And I talked about how to go slow with the movements so that you are allowing the tendon and the muscles to have a conversation, and the tendon is what is going to reflect where your strength is. So we're going to play with that a little bit. I'm going to take the seated exercise and I'm just going to start playing with it in different ways. And it's not a pattern that I recorded or that Doug Yvonne recorded when we did the Tai Chi Wellness series, but it's something that you can definitely play with. Okay, so I have just been lifting and dropping, and hopefully you could see that my foot, I'm not leading with my toe. Still, I'm not even sure you could see that. Leading with the toe would look like that. So you can definitely see my toe is moving, but what I was doing was lifting so my foot is flat, and that can be quite the challenge. Okay, so let's try the other foot. Now let's turn my foot so you can see. So it's down and up. This was not easy for me to learn. It took me a while. My big toe wanted to pull back. And I have a lot of students in class where they'll be doing something like balancing, rising up onto the ball of the foot, and their toes will lift right up off the floor. And that tells me there's a pattern in there not working the way they want it to support them. And so we want to change that. This is a great place to start to learn how to do that. So we definitely can do that. Okay, so now let's take something like a brush knee, and where the hand and the foot go together. So you've got a palm that's going to go down, and then you have a foot and a hand that are going to rotate together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate it back. Okay, so let's take the other hand. So it's flat. Rotate it and bring it back. Now, it doesn't seem like we're doing very much, but you may have one foot that doesn't move as far as the other foot. Be aware of that. Then what you want to do is not say that's my bad leg. You say that's my right side, that's my left side, but also just to take your time and take your place as far as you can and bring it back. And the reason that I'm doing this is this spiral action is going to link our muscles and our tendons. And we have a shift in what the body's able to do with that. Okay, so we're just very gentle. Now, what I've done is just breaking down brush knee into like an even smaller component. Okay, so we've inside your body, you may feel that right into where the leg goes into the hip. You may feel that. Okay, so you know what that feels like. Now let's play with it a little bit more. So let's do the seated to standing Danyu a couple of times. And I want you to measure what that feels like. See if that starts to change for you. Okay, so that's going to be falling into your feet. Push into the feet, it's going to send you back. And then you're going to go balancing on your feet. And that's going to send you back. And then you're going to push into the feet. That lifts you up. Let that come back down. And then you have your sitting. Okay, so just a couple more of those. Let that come back. This pattern is just so powerful for the body. And again, If it's too hard for you to come up, don't come up. Just stay down. If it's too hard to balance, just push your weight into your feet. Okay, so there's 3. So now you'll know what that feels like. So now take your foot, open, bring it back. Feel different? Open, bring it back. I'm laughing because I can feel my ankle turning so much wider and easier than before. Before it was like, okay, here's my hand, here's the turn, and it was, I could feel it in my knee. This is like, oh, open, come back. All we did was a couple of danyus. Crazy. Okay, so now what happens if we add the meridian trace to that? So let's come up the front for central, down the middle, then you're going to go up the back, over the top, down to the top lip. You can look into your mirror if you wish and say, my hair looks delightful after 3 months with no haircut. Bring it back down and then come up. You can put any quality in there that you want. I move easily and joyfully. I open the joints and put space in between them. So looking into the mirror, so my joints move with ease and fill with energy. That would be another great one. Yesterday we talked about how the breath in combination with opening the joints allows you to build chi within the joints. So that's a great one to bring into focus. And then you can look into the mirror and you can say, I love you. And mean it. Coming back down to the front. Okay, so that's central and governing. You might even be able to feel the legs. Legs are already starting to feel the energy starting to buzz. So let's do that danyu again. So you're falling into the feet, push back. Balance in your feet. Oh my gosh, that was better. And then up. Beautiful. The effort disappeared. Pain in my knee disappeared. Absolutely wonderful. And all we did was trace and add a little goal setting. Never underestimate the goal setting. Out. And balance. And up. Beautiful. Okay, so now taking that foot and goes down, open, and bring that back. And then open, bring that back. I actually can feel to the outside of my ankle now, which I couldn't feel that before, but I can feel that I'm really taking it as far into my range as possible. Okay, so now let's play with something a little bit more. You could trace all the rest of the meridians and continue danyus, but I'm going to take you into one more step, which is very often for me, I sit a little bit too far forward, more into the sit bones than balanced between the tailbone and the sit bones. And that's just like a natural, that's where I'll sit, which isn't balanced. So what I want you to do is just focus on your breath. So take a nice deep breath in, and then let that go. Notice how your body just starts to relax. Take another deep breath in. And then let that go. Notice how your body's relaxing a little bit more. So now I've gone from the sit bones. I'm not quite to the tailbone. I'm just trying to find that middle part. Now I just need to find the buoyancy in it. So deep breath in. And then let that go. Okay. Now put the hand down. And open. And bring that back. And the other side, open, bring that back. Okay, what I notice for me is now it's very comfortable, I'm just kind of sitting here, and as I go to open, I can now feel inside my hip also open. So now the movement pattern is going all the way up through my leg into my hip, and it's also, I can feel it going up my spine, so it's about halfway up. Now if I'm really, really observant, still deep breathing, There's my shoulder let go. And all the way up to the top of the head. One more. It was nice to remember, breathe deep. It's very easy too for me, I'm talking, right? So my breath can be a little bit shallower as I'm trying to get those words out, but actually take that deep breath in. Fill everything up, feel the lungs move, feel the diaphragm drop and the stomach expand, right? And yesterday we worked on lower dantian and how it's manipulated and moved. Okay, so we got that part. So now that you have the deep breath, you've felt what those ankles can feel like. We've taken them open, but now let's bring it in. So you in and in. So you may notice inside the hip, lower back has to open a certain way. Things squeeze together to bring the foot in. So just feeling that in and out. Let's take the hand sideways. Bring it back. Sideways. Bring it back. Okay. All right, now notice where you're sitting. Notice your breath. And what we're looking for, oh, that was a great big breath. That was fantastic. Sometimes I breathe and I run out of lung. I could take more air in, but there isn't any more lung to take the air. And then that was like, I could have just kept taking air in, the lungs could have just kept expanding, and it felt like it was coordinated. That's when I know I'm more relaxed, but also breathing deeply. I can get the space into the joints. Okay, so now let's take that back to the Danu. Just going to adjust my feet a little bit back so I can get off the bench. Okay, take it into the Danu and see what that feels like. Nice deep breath with it. And then balance. And then up. And again. And then up. And then again. Just off camera, and Missy's doing her cat stretch over here on the side, you know, stretching the arms out, reaching back, and then she did both the legs as well. In honor of us being here. Okay, so now let's do some spine rotation. So you've got your palm beside your ear, and this is going to be awareness into your right leg. It's going to turn you, and then awareness into your left leg to bring you back. Awareness into the right, and awareness into the left. Nice big breath in and out. Beautiful. Okay, now try those feet one more time. You're going to open and close. Oop, just have to pull my feet out a bit. Open. And now, interestingly enough, the whole leg is doing the turn, not just the foot. And it just started doing that all by itself. And so now I just feel like the foot could go forever. It's now at the limitations of my hip. Okay. Great. So what I wanted to show you is how much difference you can make with very little movement, and how setting your intention, because our focus was on that ankle, getting that twist in there, our intention can set how everything goes, but you really need the deep breath to make it happen and to find relaxation. That's the key piece. Okay, so now let's do the Lok Hup part 2 and seated form. So I'm going to draw awareness into the feet, and awareness being you're not going to push really hard, but you definitely are going to connect that foot to the floor because it instigates and helps with the way the movement flows. We worked on yesterday moving lower dantian and having it direct the movement. And so we're going to do that same thing, because if you direct from that space, there's this radiation that comes out and then this contraction that comes back in, and that's building energy, that's building chi, and you build that chi all the way then through the joints. Okay? All right, so we would come around with a heel spin on the right foot, and awareness would be into the right to come across. Awareness into the left. Awareness into the right, and the hand is going to go out. Awareness into the left. Awareness into the fist. Wipe the sleeve. Awareness into your right. Awareness into the left. Awareness into the right. And now when you separate, you'll notice the spine, everything lifts up. There's a sink. This is going to come up. And today what I'm going to add is the foot into this, which I did not do the last few days trying to get everything else thought of. So as this comes up, you're actually going to rise up onto the ball of the foot and then let that come back down. Okay, stop there. I'm laughing because there was like cramp, crack, pop. Everything was moving. And we just finished doing all of this, right? And we just got the movement all the way up into the hip. And now you go up and back down. Okay? And there's a big shift that can happen there. Okay, so let's try it again. So you're coming across. And across. Awareness in the right. Awareness in the left. Awareness in the right. Awareness in the left. Awareness in the right. Awareness in the left. Crossing over. Expand. Sink. Lift. And bring that foot right through that. Okay. Push back. Up. Separating heaven and earth there in a way. Comes around. All the way around. Sink. Turn the hand and it's going to be a lift. Expansion open. This is going to go forward, back, back, back. And that's all through the belly, not through the arms. Sink. It's going to go. Awareness in the right takes you back to the left. Awareness in the left brings you back to the right. Awareness in the right starts to lift you. This is going to come back with a flat hand. The hand continues all the way around, cross. This is going to go out. Then you have left hand. You can feel the lift through the spine. Sink. Awareness. Hands will pass each other. Sink. They're going to cross with the palms out. That's got a lift in your body. Expand. Over. Take it out. Sink. Drop down. This is going to come up and out. So now you have look to the right, spiral up to the left. Roll the hands, awareness is in your left, and awareness goes back into your right and lines you right back up. Awareness in your left, hold the ball. Roll it out, hold the ball, roll it out. Then there'd be a kick in there. This is going to come around and then out. You may have noticed that in the belly. Cross. It's got a lift, then it has a sink. Down into the snake. That's going to come all the way around. And when we're seated, a brush knee right comes out. When we're standing, a brush knee left makes sense. Okay, this goes flat, drop, roll. Now right here, you can turn. Okay, so we've got this roll, and you're going to turn, pulls back, and then it goes forward. Flat, drop, roll. This is going to turn and come back. Flat, drop, roll, pull back, comes out. Then this is going to come through. Wipe, 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 wipe. Hands go down, sink. Hands come back up and hold. Drop. Expand. So the phoenix spreads his wings. Now awareness in your right foot comes around. Awareness in your left foot comes up. Sinks back. Comes through. Then we have block. Turn the hand. Pull. 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 Okay, now you have an expansion and a kick. And then this is going to go out, 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 expand. That's going to come around. So now it's your left side. Expand. Then you have float across. Morning dove floats across the treetops. Awareness in your right. Awareness in your left. Now your belly. The dantian is moving inside, back and forth. So it's not your shoulders, it's not your arms, it's your dantian. Turning inside, bringing space into your joints. Okay, here goes. Hand comes up. This is going to be elbow across. Hand comes up, elbow across. Here's number 3. Awareness is in your right foot. Turn across. Sink. That's going to push out towards the walls. Then the hands come up, nice and tall, and then drop. And then drop. Cross the hands. Open. So you can feel the lift, and then the sink comes back down. Right. Wow. Okay. I hope you can notice that. So you've got your deep breath in there. You have lower dantian doing all the moving in there, and it's radiating out. Every tug is creating an energy force. So you're building energy, and you're able to fill up everywhere. If there's space, you can fill it. So if it's between the joints, you can fill it. If it's between the tissue, you can feel it. When you turn the tissue and you spiral it, you're pulling it. It pulls it tight, but then as soon as you finish that, you let it go. And so you pull it and you let it go, and that's just sending all kinds of messaging information all the way through. Okay? All right, so we're going to try it again. Awareness into your feet, and be really aware of what you can feel inside moving with this one. Okay? And again, part 2 of Lok Hup is about the internal organs. When you're standing, sometimes you can't feel it because you're standing and your movements are there, but seated, you have that extra little bit you can play with. Okay, so we'll be coming around. Awareness into your right. Feel that right, through your back. And then left. Now awareness into the right, and that's going to go out. Awareness into the left. Awareness into the right, brings out the fist. Awareness into the left, pulls back. Awareness into the right, awareness into the left. Sinks. Cross it over. Now that's got a lift on it. Expand. You just feel the sides open. Sink. Turn. Shoulders change. Neck changes. Everything's coming up. Now you can rise through the foot. Crack, crack, crack. Push out. Lift up. It's going to come down. Sink. Expand. So there's a spiral little action in there. Spiral action again. Up. Forward. Now we have these little spirals coming through the body. Up. Sink. So now you're down lower. You push into the left foot, push into the right foot, push into the left. And then you start to rise. So you can feel the wave lift, fall. Lift, fall. Spirals around, cross, and then push out. Left hand is up, right hand is down. Feel that lift in the spine. Lift is going to change. There's a drop and then an expansion through the back. Wipe the hands. That's going to sink, cross. Then the hands turn. You're going to open. Then you have weight in your right, sends you to the left. Weight in your left, sends you back to the right. Weight into both feet, sink. And this is going to come up, lift, 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 and out. This is going to expand to your right. Weight in your right foot, expand to the left. Weight in your left. Expand, whoop, to the right. There we go. Let that turn, expand. This is going to come around. Weight in the left. Hold. Weight into the right. Hold. That would have a kick on it. This is going to come back down. Comes right through the middle. Push into that left foot. Expand. Cross. That's got a nice lift in it. Sink. Expand. This goes around. And brush. Flat, lift, roll, sink and turn. Out. Flat, roll. Flat, roll. It's going to come back. Sink, feel like right down through the spine, and then lift the spine back up again, and then sink. Weight into the right. Now, weight into the left, weight into the right, weight into the left, weight into the right, lock. Now, weight in the right, in the left. Feel that lower dantian moving back and forth. This is going to go kick, expand, comes back, kick, expand. Left hand is going to glide across. Put the weight into the right, weight into the left. Now, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's going to come around, sink. Push through the left, push through the right. Out, turn and cross, sink. Into the right, sink. Cross. Lift. Expand, expand, sink. Okay. Let's put the bow on the end. That gives us a finish with the seated. 2 times through part 2. That's awesome. Okay, so now let's do it through standing. See if we've got all that. All right, so slide this out of the way. I'm going to move the camera back. This just gives us the opportunity to work a little bit different. Here we go. And it might even be at the right angle there. Okay. Hopefully you can see my feet all right. So let's go from, would have turned around. If this was my front, this is my right side, this is my left side. I'm going to have turned around, face my left side. I would have come around on my right heel and then step. Spiral through the body, spiral through the body, step patois. Push from the back foot into the front foot, push from the back into the front, step straight with your left, that's going to go out, sink back, step, push from your right, push from your left, and just feel that glide come through, sink. Cross your right over the left, step your feet to your front, open your hands, sink, feel that come through the legs, and this is going to rise up, and today you're going to go ball of the foot, up, sink, push back. All kinds of snaps and pops happening. Turn. So this is going to slide. One-legged down you on the left, over, up, sink. Step into the corner, turn and expand, forward, backward, step, forward, backward, step, forward. Turn to your front, sink. Now you're going to turn, step back, turn, turn. Come up straight with your right foot, roll, straight with your right foot, hand comes back flat. It keeps turning, goes all the way around as you step patois with your left, step with your right foot right to the front there. This is going to go up, back. Pass it by, sink. Hands cross facing out, kick, step over, sweeps down, and then up. You're going to pull that around, so it's pako with the right, and this spirals all the way across. Step with the left foot into the corner, spiral. Roll, and then fist. Comes out. Hold the ball, step to the corner, and you roll this out. Hold the ball, roll that out. Kick your right foot, step, and this is going to reach out and through. Cross. Slide down into that snake. It's going to take you all the way around, step, step, and this is where brush knee right comes out. So we go flat, roll, open your left foot, push out, into the right. Lock. Flat, roll, open. This would come through, sink. Sorry, it's going to come up. We'll do that again. Sink. No, this is going to come up. Sorry, I was thinking of a different part. Comes up. Okay. Step patois. Drop. Open the hands. Expand. Now, you're going to spiral into the right, into the left, which is on the ball of the foot. Drop. Okay, I'm just going to put my foot so you can see it. So the left foot is just up on the ball of the foot. Turn and sink. Step straight and then balance. Step, lock. Pull. Pull. Pull, you'll be stepping patois back each time. I'm just into the piano. Okay, so you have kick and punch, step, expand, turn, kick and punch, expand. Then you're going to go float, morning doves, float across the treetops. And now, Dantian is going to lead you. Patois to heel. Patois. And we're just going to turn here. Heel goes out. And then we're coming across. Through. 2, 3. Turn, step and cross, slide, one-legged down. Open the hip, lift up on your toes, and go. Flat hand, turn and cross, and sink. So now what you want to reflect on is, where was there tightness? Where did you notice that the flow, the deep breath was not opening up parts of the body? We ran the set, ran it twice seated. Where is it holding for you? So for me, I feel it in my knees, which tells me my hips somehow didn't open and my back. There's 2 parts in there that are still a little bit tight. So what I need to do is figure out how to relax that so that's no longer happening. Because when I go down into a snake, and I want to do one-legged down move, I'm stuck here. I can't let this open, expand, and down. Which even that gives me more. Okay, so just to bring awareness for you, what is it that you notice? So, let's take one movement and see if we can focus on that. So I'm going to assume that a lot of you probably had something lower back, something in the hips, because that's pretty common. Could be shoulders, but you're going to bring your awareness to that, and let's take the last part of the set. So that is where the morning dove is going to float across the treetops. And I'm just going to face you for this part. So the right hand is going to go across, and as I swoop into that, my hip, I'm going to be really aware of it and my lower back. So pushing out of my right foot, I'm going to let it sweep across and then sink down into my left. Just let the hips flow. Step with the right foot, and this is going to be the same. Sink, flow. Step, sink, flow. Okay. Now we're going to go to where the dantian is leading the movement. If I tense up my stomach muscles, it's not going to be leading. If I tense up my back back muscles. That's not going to be leaning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a nice deep breath, let that diaphragm drop. I'm just going to let this jiggle. Okay, so just let it go, breathe deeply. Now if I put my right heel out and I go to turn, I'm going to sink, I'm going to let my hips go, let my back relax, drop. Okay, that's going to come across. Sink. Sink. I can feel my right hip a little bit. Sink. Nothing in the left. Now I'm going to cross my hands to get ready to do a snake on the right side. The hands are going to roll. Now right here, I know that the back is tight and the hips are tight, so let's let them go. Open, 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 open. That's better. Now I'm going to let the hip completely open. Push. Lift. Rising up on the toes. Sink. Drop and open the spine. Palm. Sink. Palm. Sink. Turn across. Open. And then sink. Drop, 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 drop. Okay. I don't know what you will have noticed. I noticed that I could let go of here being tight, and then I could feel it more here. So it actually moved down, and on that one move, it was very tight on the hip on this side, but not on the other side. So there was something a little bit more releasing, but also a little bit telling because it was tight. Okay? So that's what we're looking for, is the awareness. The awareness means you're not in balance, you're not relaxed, it's not in flow. So we want to get to the place where it is. So let's try it again. And if you had some shifts happen, take a deeper breath. Okay, bring more breath into it. Okay, here goes. Sink. Nice big breath. It would be morning death. Sorry, I was thinking the first part. So here comes cross. I'm just giving you sounds for my breath so you can hear it. Just let that go. Let the back go. There's some gurgles going on. That means I moved something. Okay. I'm going to step. My right heel goes out. And I'm going to come around. Drop. Another big breath. Another big breath. That feels better. Something let go. Turn across. And then sink. That feels much better. Rise. Sink. Another big breath. And then one more. Turn across. Okay, that I could definitely feel this part of my hip stopped hurting. Lower part of my back, a little bit lower, that was the tight. Now it's a little band. Before it was like more of my whole back. Now it's just a little band. So that deep breath was able to transform all of that feeling. Okay, I don't know if you noticed it in the snake, even the snake I could drop down before I even noticed my knees. So that's always a good sign that I've let everything go. Okay, so let's try that sequence one more time. I believe I might have had the incorrect hand going across. It's hard when we break out of the different movements. Kick, turn. It should be the left hand. Okay, so sometimes it's just so much going on here. Okay, step with the left. Breathe through that. Step with the right. Step back one. Belly, just let the whole back go. Let it go. Now, put the right heel out, and then sink and drop the back, let it go. This is going to be elbow, sink. 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 Turn across. Sink. Open. Rise. Now, sink. And then sink. And then it would be turn across. And then sink. Lower back is like almost done. It's like, totally gone right out. That's how you can use the movement. So someone asked me today, if they've never done Tai Chi, do they need to go back to the beginning? That would be the linear way of teaching Tai Chi. And that would mean you'd be worried about what is the first step, what is the second step, what is the third step. But really, if you think about awareness and you think about relaxation, those are the two things that are the most important. If you relax into the move and take deep breaths, you can learn whatever move. If you're trying to learn the move for the first time, you're going to see my hand go across, and you'll see my hand go across. That's what you'll be focused on. And the more you learn and become comfortable with the moves, the more you'll hear me say. So when my hand goes like this and I say, push from your foot, you'll be like, what? Push from my foot? I've never heard her say that before, but now you're ready for it. Then you might hear me say, let your lower back release. Sink into the front leg, let the back go. And all of a sudden one day you'll go, oh, I never heard her say that. Because now you're ready. Every time you're ready for the next level, you'll hear the cue that's important for you. And so people have very different experiences about class. But if you don't think linear, you think circular. Tai Chi is a circle. And everything we do is circular. So to learn it's circular is a great way because all you need to know is move. That's it. Deep breath, relax into the move, and now you know part 2 of Lok Hup, and you can kind of do it. That's okay. And if I go back to the Tai Chi set, which I haven't done for a little while, but I'll get back there, and I go back to that, then you can go, oh, I don't know any of this, but that's okay. I will start to learn a part of it. Maybe I go through part of the set, I've never done it before. If you've never done the set before, don't stress about it. Just follow along. If you don't know it, sit down, focus on arms. If you're standing and you're trying to get it, focus on feet first or hands first, whichever is most comfortable for you to remember. For some people, they learn from the ground up. Other people, they learn from the top down. So you just determine if you're going to watch the feet or the hands first. Let the rest go. Just break it down into small pieces. We are not in a race. It doesn't matter how long it takes us to get any of this. All that matters is the deep breath. And then let it go. Okay. So the last thing I want to do before we go today is bring your awareness back to the colors. And the reason I'm going to do this is because for me right now, I can still feel in my lower back. There's one little piece that just didn't want to let go. And I could keep doing Tai Chi, I could, but I'm going to need to stop and have my supper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this mat down on the floor, and I'm going to find the color that is going to support my lower back to be able to relax. So whatever you're working on, I'm just going to turn this down so you can see the colors. So it's a 5-element wheel if you've never seen it before. And I have the colors are all represented for fire, here. Earth is here for yellow. Metal is silver, white, or gray. Water is blue. And the wood is green. And we have ways that the body likes to have energy flow through it. And so it can be a nurturing cycle, which is going to go around from fire to earth to metal to water to wood. I'm going to slide this a little closer so you can see. So that would be starting at the fire, and then I would work my way around. There is also a cycle which is for generating energy or releasing energy, and that would go in a star shape. So you'd be skipping. So you'd have fire, and then the next color you'd go to would be metal. Then you'd go over to wood, over to earth, and across to water. So there's different ways the energy is going to flow through the body, and that just depends on what you're doing. All I want to know for today is which is the color that is going to relax my lower back. So I'm just going to step onto a color, and you imagine where you are, step into the color, and just notice what happens to your body. Is that the color that is going to allow you to relax for whatever body part you're thinking about? Earth doesn't quite do it for me. So I'm going to come over to metal. Metal always makes me stand just a little bit taller. And taller actually takes the pressure off my back. So might be that one. I'm going to come across to water. That's making my quads a little bit tighter. So that's not quite it. No. Wood, that's not quite it. So the fire, I kind of sink down into fire and kind of on my lower back, but not as much as when I stood at metal, which had me actually go taller, and that balanced the whole system. So instead of me focusing on sinking down, it actually allowed me to stretch out a little bit. So what I've discovered then is my color for me at the moment to get the last of the tightness out of my back is to just sink and breathe on the middle element. It's really simple. Oh, that's very nice, actually. Now what I could do is I could just do a couple of commencements here and then sink, let the hip go. And another one, and then sink. One of the other days we talked about the sound that you'd make here, which would be the S sound. And again, that's one of the healing sounds, 6 healing sounds in Tai Chi. So now if I focus on that lower back, there's a little bit of lightness that goes with it, a little bit more mobility. Okay, and I'd be looking for balance. So it's just another way that you can find a way to really balance for yourself. These colors are very powerful and simple, and that's what you want, simple. So that gives you lots to think about for today. Awareness, changing the way things are happening for you. Relax, deep breathe, do what you can. Just glad you're here and you show up, and it's wonderful. And together we can generate energy together and really start to cultivate being able to fill those joints with energy and store the chi. Okay, have a great rest of your Monday. Have a terrific Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon.